asked what level of education.
Mm.
Yeah. This is not what we get when you're abroad. What you get when you're abroad is what's your attitude. And for me, hospitality, I'll say I'll hire attitude any day. Some people that were not fortunate enough to go through to university, but they have the best attitude, and this is what my guests want. So the first thing I did initially was to give an opportunity to anyone that knocked on the door. If there is an opportunity and I assess that you have the right attitude, and we use a lot of tools, the brain discovery, the aptitude tests and things like that, then for me, you pass the test, you go in and really try your level best and be able to give that child who is out there knocking at your door an opportunity, and then advise them right. Yeah, you don't stop at hiring them and coming in. Though they do not have the higher education, you need to advise them that this is where you want them to go. So hiring, we had to change a little bit of it. I remember I got a lot of resistance when I got in, and everyone was telling me how it's not right. At the Sheraton, we hire only Form 6 level and above. And I took in some Form 4 leavers really thrived very well in their academics. And to tell you the truth, they've grown. 6 years down the line, I see people that have earned degrees. 6 years down the line, I see people that have been promoted. So for me, that is a slight achievement. Then we look at the training. Yeah, I am so pro training, because the girl you see here that people say has experience, done a lot of training through different people. And I owe it to Marriott as the bigger brand, because most of what really, really do, we have a big intranet that has a lot of trainings and also face-to-face trainings. So if I need you to learn, I do believe as a person that, Zania, everyone can learn what they believe they can, or what they want to learn. Yeah, I know there is no one out there that is unteachable. If someone really wants it, is hungry enough, they will really learn.
You will learn, that's
They
true.
will learn. So I don't want to go into all the points that we've done, but I will say appreciation. I think the biggest thing is sometimes, because we run so much to take care of profits, we forget to say thank you. And most people believe when I say appreciation, I'm thinking money. Yes, it's important, and most people really want money. At the end of the day, you'll get those people that will come and say, thank you, can you give me a salary increase? But I have learned along the way, because I've grown on the job. It's not that I came from somewhere and I was already there. So me, my leader coming and saying, good job. Because it's very human for us to look at something that has gone wrong and come really strong. But within Marriott, they say you coach in private and you praise in public. So for me, praise me in public and I'll deliver as much as I can. So the culture of appreciation is something that we've picked up so much that even a little thing of someone picking a paper should be thanked for, because I could walk away. It's not, as people would say, it's not my job. It's someone else's job. So just say, hey, thank you. I saw that you picked a piece of paper. It's small, but the culture of appreciation has really, really, really pushed us to another level at the Sheraton. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Cool. So now diving into the topic discussion. And the topic discussion is transforming organization culture for a thriving workplace. I'll start by first defining what company culture means. It's a blend of values, beliefs, and practices um, that shapes every aspect of a business, of how a business operates. It influences how employees interact and make decisions and unite to achieve a common goal. So why we chose this topic is because culture is a very pivotal aspect of fostering a thriving workplace. And this webinar is definitely going to delve into crucial role of leadership. Yourself, you are in a leadership role, quite a unique mix of leadership and HR. And we are going to emphasize on the need for leaders to consistently demonstrate their commitment to a new culture effective communication strategies, and focusing on the importance of clear, transparent, and frequent communication to engage employees and foster a sense of ownership in their transformation process. So getting to my first question, Aisha, according to Flair HR, they did a survey globally and they found out that most of the employees think that 83% of organization culture is driven by leaders and managers, right?
Yes.
So based on that, how can leaders effectively model desired behaviors for culture change?
Thank you very much, Zania. Indeed, they were right. They were right to say that leaders really, it's like, as I say, culture is workplace is a home. When the parents do not model behavior, then at the end of the day, at the home, everyone plays by their rule. So leaders are an example. Yeah, they're the parents. Depending, you have 13, you have 5 on top. Where you are as the top at Bright Amanda, Uganda, I believe everyone looks at how you come in and how you go out. And when we say leading by example, people believe, I will not go at work drunk. Yeah. But culture is how you dress, Zania, when you come at work. Today, you will not tell anyone that reports to you that you need to be dressed well when you come in a scruffy way of dressing. Yeah. Culture embeds everything that we do on a daily basis. How you walk, you come in and you walk. You walk in a walk where, I'm here, I'll bounce away. And then you're telling people our culture has been here for 95, our property has been here for 95 years. But yes, Sheraton is 95 years old, but then I'm bouncing like, a newcomer on the market. This is what people will look at and will follow. Yeah. Leading by example is how late do you come into your meeting? It's very easy for you to be a leader and feel like everyone has to wait for you and you come in and make a grand entrance. But that means that tomorrow, if you've wasted my 5 minutes of that meeting, I'll come in 5 minutes late so that you do not waste my 5 minutes. I'll come in at your right time. So you're setting a culture of lateness, but you do not understand. And the culture of lateness will not be only in the meeting room. It means everything that we have to deliver has to be slightly 5 minutes late. Yeah. So a leader's importance is for you to be able to do the things that you want your people to do for you, to do for the organization. If you want punctuality, be punctual. If you don't want time wasting, do not waste your subordinates' times. So you model the desired behavior, as simple as that, as a leader. Yeah. So those little daily actions that you do should mirror the culture of your organization. Communicate clearly and consistently is the other challenge that leaders really have. At times we communicate in our heads. I don't know if Zania, you understand when I say you communicate into your head. In your head, you know that you've communicated that everyone should do X, Y, Z, but you've not come out to say it to me, or you've communicated to 3 people while you want the full organization to take it. How much time does it take to call a town hall for you to communicate what you really want everyone to come in and do? Yeah. And as leaders, I always tell everyone, please let's stop the behavior of having mini cocoons everywhere, where you have a word for this one, a word for the other one. That is a culture where you're encouraging rumor mongering, because whatever you've said to me, it's a Chinese whisper. I will go communicate it differently to somebody else. If it's clarity, if you have to put it on email, do it to all. Yeah. If it has to go to all. If it has to go to the leadership team, communicate it clearly to the leadership team. And if it has to be disseminated, communicate that it has to be disseminated. Do not communicate to me directly and tell me you want this to be done. And I stay with it because it was communicated to me. If you want me to say it to somebody else, please, say it to somebody else. So communication, precise, clarity is very, very important. Make value-based decisions. Now, I always tell everyone that as a leader, in most cases, you need to remove the heart from the brain. They are too far apart. Why do I say the heart? Is in most cases, if I do not like Zania, let's say, I need to use my brain to see what Zania does best and what value Zania brings to the table. What does she do to steer this organization to that next level? It means I have to forget the heart. But if I carry the heart with me, that will blur my vision of what Zania does. It will be the hate, 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 or it will be the love, love, love. I like Zania so much, so Zania is doing everything that is wrong. I'm like, oh no, it's okay. It's because she did this. It's because she did that. But when somebody else does it, it's wrong. So you need to separate and be focused enough with the brain to know that this is right, this is wrong, this can be coached, but this you have to really let go. And I'm not saying let go because I'm part of a HR. Some of the leaders do not have that, but you have to know where you detach or where you get some glue. How are your values? Are they communicated clearly? Is your mission right? Is your vision towards achieving that mission rightfully right for everyone? And if there's someone lagging behind and is not believing in what your value is, have you really sat down with them to ask, what don't you really believe? Because every worker should be asked monthly, do you have the tools to do your job? Which in most cases as leaders, we are too busy looking for the next penny, looking for the next P&L, looking through end closing, that we do not ask the person that we are being told is being negative somewhere, what don't you believe as a value for this organization? You might be telling them to come in very early in the morning on a rainy day, but you didn't find out where exactly they live. Have you really gone forward to say, okay, you live there, but you signed the contract to be here at 7? How do we meet in the middle for you to be here to serve that guest? Yeah. So sometimes it's only listening and someone changes through there. But as a culture, because I'm on top up there, everyone, I have 5 people following, it's only 2 not following. I'm thinking, the 2 can stay on the side. But those 2 become that dark seed, the ink in the glass that taints the water. So you've got to find a way, however hard it is, for you to pull in the 2 to come and follow, however slowly. Even a turtle gets to where it's going, but let them be on the right track following the others. I talked about recognition and reward. There are different ways. They're in kind and they're also monetary. If your organization can do monetary, it's really, really great because I believe everyone always loves a little bit in the pocket extra. But it shouldn't stop us from recognizing. I have a lot of certificates, a lot of letters from general managers that I have been given from when I was all the way a waitress, a line staff, and a front office agent. I hold them dearly. And because right now at this level, in most cases, you don't get that pep talk of good job because at the end of the day, it's not at our level. We should be giving that. But I go back and read these things and I'm like, wow, I really did this once. And why sometimes I like hospitality so much is they even write what you have really done. Yeah, exactly. Vividly, like you assisted Mr. So-and-so to do so, and this is what happened. He came back, he appreciated, and you're looking at it and saying, wow, I did all this to get here. Yeah. So let's be, I would say, let's put in some color. Appreciation. You can't give me the same letter yesterday. Oh, thank you very much for doing a great job. Thank you very much for bring in some play into it, bring in some color into it. You did great, thumbs up. There's different ways to kill this rat of recognition. So let's be innovative. Let's come out and when you come out grand. You don't come out by appreciating and then walk away as if nothing. Make sure that this person that you're recognizing, if it could be in a general meeting, mention what they've done. What does that create? A competition per se, where someone else will want to do better to come in, and be able to be recognized that day. My name has to hold the mantle. You've seen people where, and I love banks sometimes, where the employee of the month is put in the lobby. And you like it or not, every customer will come in and read the employee of the month. Do you know how prestigious that person feels? Even the person they served yesterday would be like, oh, we saw your picture, congratulations. It builds up some confidence and ego, not the bad ego, but that confidence to be able to deliver some more. And this is how we get more from an employee. So recognition is very, very important.
Yeah.
Investing in the development and coaching of the people. Everyone will need that glass to a little bit of it, even at leadership level. When I came in, we didn't have a lot of leadership training, and because in most cases we want to give all the associates that we have, but you realize that you can't be pouring out of a cup. There will be nothing for you. So what we do is annually we at least do 4 big leadership, foundational leadership, effective leadership, those trainings where you do not a team building by any chance, but to train you to know what to do. However much you know, but it's always great to add in a little bit. Trends change every day. There's so much that leadership and management gurus have done before that is irrelevant. New people have come in with new things, and me and leading millennial, leading the Gen Zs, you will not be using Peter Drucker or Maslow hierarchy. You will have to put a little bit of niche to be able to take care of this new generation. So you need to coach, but also you need to coach right. We don't have a one size fits all. You need to identify what Xenia wants or needs vis-a-vis what Aisha needs. We will not talk of attitude to everyone. There's some people who just need to model behavior. Yeah. There's some people who are broken. There's some people who are really good, but you need to tone them down to deliver better. Because as good as they are, they go and deliver whatever they feel is right. It is right, but it's not structured. How do you structure this person? There are people who come in being the best models. Then the problem is whenever they come in, they also get other people that they look at and they're like, oh, it's shortcut to get there. So you need to be able to know how you're coaching. And it's not for change, but it's to achieve desired behavior.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, Aisha. I think I was also taking notes. As much as I'm a panelist, I'm taking notes because I'm learning a lot as well. So I'll jump into the next question because of time. According to the same survey, 75% of employees consider effective communication a top leadership quality. And I know you spoke about communication as one of the effective ways that leaders can demo a good organization culture. What communication strategies effectively engage employees during a culture transformation?
Now, we've talked about clear. Yeah. Clarity means being precise and to the point. Yeah. Ensure all communication are straightforward and it's the same. So where I said we should stop as leaders communicating in miniature groups. Yeah. You go to these people, you communicate A, you go to other people, you communicate B, then you go to other people C. So when A, B, and C are together, everyone is looking at the other. That was not what they said. But did they mean this? Yeah. I still emphasize, if it's communication to all and you have to put it on email, please put it on email to all. Yeah. And if it has to go to all and it's verbally communicated, call. It takes 2 minutes to call a town hall to communicate wherever you have to communicate, which matches your visions and goals to everyone, and ask if everyone has understood it the way you want it to be understood. And let someone ask their own questions and clarify. With workplaces, we are all adults, and it's more like Vegas. So what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. In that place, you will be able to clarify anything that is misunderstood. It is tiring for a leader, for one person to come today and ask, did you mean this? And then the other one, did you mean that? While if you put everyone together, it will be communicated right. If not on the in a town hall, put it on a memo on a notice board. Everyone will come through and read the same message. And if clarity is to be sought, in most cases, it might not even be me from the human resources who will elaborate. My team will elaborate, because it's one single communication to all. Then sometimes we over communicate. That's what I wanted us to come in and really talk about it a little. There are things that we shouldn't really cause panic at work, because we feel everything should be communicated, and people will say, Aisha said everything, we put it on a memo. No, the things that you need to weigh your audience. If something, let's say, there's a closure, maybe we foresee a closure of Brighter Monday, and it's in 8 months. I will not call a town hall to communicate that Brighter Monday is closing, because what? That's causing panic, disengagement. Yeah. A few of the people that will be, and it might not even be the whole set of leadership. It might be just a few people in the leadership team that can really take it. Yeah. You need to weigh the information that I'm putting out there. Is everyone able to really take it, or it's meant for a few? Yeah. But this, as a leader, yeah, you need to remember, rumor mongering kills culture any day. So weigh what needs to go to everyone, and weigh what needs to go to only your leaders, but with your vision and goals in place. Yeah. Open, transparent dialogue. As a human being, I am happier when I'm told what I didn't do right or what I did right but can improve, rather than hearing it from somebody else. A good example is if we are at the same table in leadership, then you tell a colleague of mine to come and tell me, this is something that is really bad and taken in humanly. It's not even a strategy, but humanly not right. Yeah. So open communication, open dialogue. As a leader, you need to open that door. I think within Marriott, we do it very well, but every organization, I think, needs to adopt an open door policy. I love it when Google was saying, you don't need to go through your supervisor. Come to the top and report your issue. Yeah. And report your issue. They're not talking about only the negative. They're saying, if you have an idea, rather than taking it through all the channels, by the time it gets on top, the person who has the vision itself, or who has the zeal to produce, it's already distorted, and the person on top, because it's not theirs, they will not explain it right. Have an open door policy to let your people have the ability to get into your door and say, hey, can I say this? Or hey, can I really complain about this? Yeah. We always believe that every employee knocks on your door to come and complain, but some of them have very innovative ideas. Yeah, I have my sustainability committee, very young chaps, and they pass through and they say, hey, Madam Aisha, can we come in? Yeah, I think we should plant maize the other side. And yes, we have now a maize garden at the Sheraton at the back, but it wasn't my idea. If I close that door, it was, I wouldn't have seen that in the middle of town, we would have maize for stuff. Yeah. But now I have a day in 3 months that I will not be able to buy bread. I will not buy bread for the employee because it came with the idea. Yeah. So provide all the platforms to people to give you feedback, to ask questions, voice concern, and actively engage and listen. And if you do not have an answer, I always tell every leader, upcoming leader, that we can't have all the answers. But when you promise to get back to the employee, please do your research and get back to the employee and tell them this is what I found out. Yeah, they will appreciate, and you'll appreciate because everyone will follow you. Visibility and accessibility. I still come back to the open door, but also let's get off our chairs and walk around. If we harness that relationship where someone knows that my leader is my friend, but also checks in for things to be done. I don't say let's be a doormat and open your door for people to really come and abuse, but it's important to hold people accountable, not with fear. Yeah. Any employee that does anything by fear either is bound to do it wrong or is bound to do it with less heart. Yeah. So what we need to is open those doors, be approachable, ask the question of, do you have all the tools to do your job? Is there anything that I am doing that you feel can change for us to be able to achieve? Yeah, it takes a lot of strength because someone might come in with a slap on your face and you'd be like, oh my God, am I this bad? But at the end of the day, it's an eye opener for you to be able to know that if 3 people have said you shout a lot, does that really need you to go back inside and reflect and say, where do I shout? Yeah, your peers might not be able to tell you because they might be the same. But when you sit your line staff and just ask that question of, what can I do for us to achieve some more? Because culture is for you to achieve some more. It's not, a culture is not for you to achieve what you've set. Culture is for you to go above and beyond what was set by the organization to be achieved. Your budget is your budget, but if you go above and beyond the budget, then for you it's a win. Frequent updates. Update people. When I got to the Sheraton, there was so much, and I'm very open book. I don't believe in too many secrets, and I think sometimes it works against me. But I came in and someone would be like, no, that's not for that forum. And I'd be like, no, it is for the forum. Because I depend on all the line staff to achieve. Yeah. If they do not know, yeah, we have things like the guest voice, and at the top leadership, you'll get it very well. This is a platform where the guest says what the employee or the workers at the Sheraton have done for them. And this was a platform solely at the top level. But the person delivering the service would not know. So we do celebrations and they'll be like, we are celebrating guest voice. But they don't even know the numbers, what they're celebrating. So I was like, no, everyone needs to know if we achieve an 80, why did we achieve an 80? So that you get that curiosity for someone to go and find out what this tool really does. How can we better it? And we got I think 3/4 of our employees now are very good at guest voice, even giving suggestions. Committees have been formed to just better the numbers, and it's less hectic. Yeah. When we keep it all at the top, you work so hard while you should be focused on strategy. Yeah. So sometimes we hold into too much, we hold on to too much while you should do less of the manual work when you're at the top and let people do it for you to be able to get the right results that you really need. Yeah. So I believe those are some of the few strategies that you can use.
Thank you so much, Aisha. I think the insight I'm getting is it's in the detail. The changes that need to happen are in the small things that we don't think are important. That's where we really need to put a lot of effort. So lastly, I have the last question, and I'm also looking at the time. So Aisha, I think you're going to take at least 5 minutes to answer this question, and then we'll leave the next 5 minutes for any questions that may have been posted. What are the best practices for sustaining culture change in the short term? Or how do we sustain a good culture such that even though Aisha left, the same culture you've been able to build over time is retained for a long time? How does a young leader enable or make sure that this culture is something that keeps going, even with different people changing within organizations?
A consistent reinforcement would be the first one. And when you, let's say, right, currently we have 350 full-time employees. Imagine 300 of them are consistently doing the same thing. Aisha leaving will not change that, because everyone has followed the same path. Yeah. That's why I'm talking about the two that are remaining behind, and you're saying we don't care about those ones. Pull everyone to walk on a turtle step, but they need to maintain consistency. And a leader, your reinforcement has to be, it can't be a two-way. It has to be reinforcement. Do the right thing towards our vision, mission, and a goal. Anyone that diverts from that, you need to sit with them and ask why they are not on the right. So it is very important for you to align the right behaviors in your team. Ongoing training, simple as that. We've talked about that so much. If you feel there's someone that's not training, you need to still sit with them. Yeah. Learning should be both on top and also at the bottom. It cannot be only for the line employees. Leaders, you need to be able, if you don't have the budget to train your leaders, you need to encourage reading, or to get some coaches for your people, for your leaders, so that they are coached, because every day we get someone who knows better than us. Yeah. Effective communication. It is our sole goal to communicate right. Clear, transparent, and frequent communication about culture change. At the Sheraton, we thrive as a community. So you cannot say we are a community when you're walking alone. When you go to the cafeteria and sit on a table alone, you cannot join others. That's not a community. So it is everyone's eye from all the dimension of leadership. If let's say the engineer eats alone, I need to go and ask, why do you eat alone when you're a community? So these are things that we need to be able to know that things are done right. I think it's the next slide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. So commitment, yeah, and visibility. Encourage all the leaders to walk around. It can't be only the CEO or the general manager. All the leaders should be out and about, and also portraying the same culture that we have. Regular feedback and adjustment. I will say one-to-ones are very important. First of all, it could be a weekly one-on-one with leaders, and then it would be a monthly one-on-one with line staff. This works very well in most cases, because you get to understand individually. When we are in a group, it's very easy to say everything that we want. But when you're alone, in most cases, I know what Aisha can say and what Tanya can say. So I will not generalize and say everyone in housekeeping is like this. I will know there is this one person. What I am picking up this year, and it's something that I'm promising myself, is to talk to each person in Sheraton, Kampala, on a one-on-one. I do it with my team. It's smaller, but I would like to talk to the 350 before the end of the year really comes by. So that way I will know the person. Cool. And culture, before I close this, I think we need to go past the work. If you know what's going on at my home, in most cases, you will be able to advise right as a leader. Yeah, some of us come from broken homes. When we come in, you feel we are not smiling, but in most cases, it's the home ground that you've not tackled. I don't say you go dig deep for you to be able to disrespect somebody, but it would be great for you to know that your employee has 3 kids. One of them is very sick. These are very, very important for the leader. And when you know, as a leader, please find a cupboard in your heart so that you do not go splashing people's information to other people. People don't feel very respected when they've shared something private and they hear it somewhere else. Yeah, that is.
Amazing. Cool. So thank you so much, Aisha. A lot of information and insights has been shared, and I hope that each one of us has taken out something that that resonates to them and something they can apply. I'm going to go to the Q&A now to try and see if there are any questions from the 32 participants that have joined this session today. I don't see any questions on the chat. Let me see if I can see on the Q&A, no open questions. So I would like to maybe give this time, we have 5 minutes. If anyone does have a question, let me know so that we can be able to give you a chance to ask 2 questions before we end this session. So if anyone has, I see 2 participants have raised their hands. Let me see, who is this? I'm assuming Daniel. I've allowed you to talk. If you could go on and ask the question.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
First thing, the chat is disabled.
Oh, okay. What about the Q&A section?
That one is okay, but let me just straight away ask my question.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much, Madam Zania, and our presenter. I've forgotten the name. The name is, remind me again. Aisha Mambo. Aisha. Yes, it has been a very good session, although brief. I would like to ask a simple question because some of us are young people and we have found ourselves in the fortune of managing other people at a young age. Like you find yourself, you're very competent for a job, but you are put in a team where you have a lot of management challenges like I had last year. So you find that you have the same qualifications with somebody, but the person doesn't understand that you're put in a management position by the basis of your experience in that particular field. And so you find the person has very poor communication, communicates with your upper guys, like you're in the field office in the NGO world, the person is communicating with the head office, then information is coming from head office for you to address at the field office. So how do you navigate those kind of challenges so that you're able to to build your team very well? And most times you find there are staff who are, I'm sorry to mention this, some of us don't have serious experience in working with females. And how do we also go about that? Some things, maybe you are experiencing working with females, they have a lot of ego, and sometimes they have temper, a lot of emotions. I really faced a lot of challenges last year when I was trying to manage a certain project. So help me navigate that and kindly share with us your contacts and how we can get to reach you for any kind of assistance. And then lastly, can we have this presentation also dropped and we download to have it for our review? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Daniel. Should I dive in or wait?
Yes, please. I think let me ask the second one, and then you can take on the both of them because of time. So, this name is a bit hard. Noel Rachel is asking, how do I follow up as an employee on a pay increment, and what do employers consider before increment? So you can take on both questions.
Daniel, thank you so very much. I feel you. I know how it is. It is hard because I've gone through the ranks, and every time you're promoted through your peers, it's one of the hardest. But how have I navigated this? And I will talk from personal experience, not any textbook. Remember that the people that you are being promoted into have been the people that know your weaknesses. Yeah. So you do not come in there. Remember, you're not coming with a leash. You're coming to get a buy-in from the people that you've come to lead. Now, charm is very important. I'm considered an extrovert at work, but I'm a very, very, very much an introvert. Yeah. So when you come into a position where you see the team, and leaders, please learn to assess your teams. Yeah. Your first month of leadership should be to talking to your people one-on-one. We forget this little thing that can really make or break us. One-on-one is for you to say, hi, how are you? My name is Aisha. I'm here to work with you. Is there anything that I should know about you? Now, anything means good or bad. And you will be able to tell who is tough, who is hard, who is negative, and who is positive. And yes, all of them, it's a home. They are all children in a home. And sometimes it pays for me to be a mother, because I know if it's my child, I can't throw them anywhere. But what do I say to you is go in there and separate the emotions from the construction. You're building, you're here to build a team. Get emotions out of it, be it a woman or a man. It will be the other way around if it was you are a lady, Daniel. A woman would say the men were very hard to deal with. They had ego, they had everything. So all of us are created in a way that you need to be able to understand us. Understanding your team dynamics, understanding their strengths and weaknesses, and not playing on the weakness but the strength, with a clear vision and goal. Remember, you are in the field to achieve a certain project. So your achievement, Daniel, should be what puts us what puts you apart from everyone else. There will be people that will be harder to steer to where you're going to, but if you have 3/4 of your team on your side, the others will have to come through, or they drop off themselves. There is no culture or leadership trait that will tell you that everyone will keep with you for the next 10 years. There will be people that will fall off the wagon one day, but let them fall off not because of your ego or your mistreatment as a leader. Let them fall off because they cannot keep up with everybody else. Yeah, it's a long. I think, Daniel, as you said, I will share my contact so that we can have a cup of tea. And this does not get built in one day. Yeah, I'm a coach. I'm a trainer. So you need constant coaching, constant talking to somebody, having somewhere to pour your frustration and coming back. I do this with a lot of HRs and a lot of leaders because I'm a listener. Yeah, I do dispute resolution. So it's easier for me to listen to a dispute and put it in a constructive way for it to be able to see the positive in it. Yeah. So you can't go straight line as a leader. You have to have a little diversion and come back in and be able to talk to this person. And sometimes that person needs a little bit of counseling. Did you realize that maybe they had issues at home and they were bringing them at work? These are the things that as a leader, you cannot really say, I do not want to hear about everyone's personal problems. That's a lie. The personal comes with the professional. So maybe we needed to tap into the personal for you to be able to understand this person, to be able to get to that next level. But every team has its own issues, but issues that we can go past and steer the team towards our vision and goal. Salary increase. Now, I think Noel didn't see me very well too. You're asking a HR for salary increase? Anyway, remember you sign a job description every time you go into the workplace. And the job description on the law, it says, and everything else that your supervisor says is part of the job description. I know that it's when you're coming in as an employee, in most cases, we always say that I am doing my best. That is the first thing. When you're doing your job description in a real world, yeah, everyone always wants more money. I want more money where I am, to tell you the truth. But you're doing your job description, you're doing your job very well, exceptionally well. In most cases, in real sense, you don't deserve a pay raise. Working for the company for more than 5 years does not warrant a pay rise. I just want to be fair to the organization and to ourselves. Yeah, I see people knock on doors and say, I've been here for 10 years, I deserve a pay rise. You're hired at that salary. And I know you'll sit down and say, some people are coming from outside and offered better. Did you look at the experience? Did they negotiate their pay? Yeah, and we need to be, first things first, when you go into an organization, please negotiate your pay. We are always twisted, and you're asked, well, how much money would you like? And the best answer, you tell me the company has a salary scale. When you tell me the company has a salary scale, I'll give you what is on the scale. Then tomorrow you find out that someone earns better than you, then you're disengaged and unhappy. So learn to negotiate the salary. Let the company tell you, I cannot afford that, and then come to the mid ground. But if you don't negotiate, then tomorrow you're disengaged and unhappy because you're given a salary pack that you're not happy with now, but you're happy with coming in. But what do I advise? I advise that when you feel you need a salary rise, it means now that it's high time you start looking for something bigger than what you're doing. Yeah. Sort of promotion, sort of movement into a department that is more challenging, that you know pays better than what they're paying. Learn a skill, do some cross training, go into cross exposure, and maybe move companies. Yeah. All of these are avenues for you to get better pay without really getting frustrated for you going to ask for a salary increase. I've never done one. I've never walked to my boss to ask for a salary rise, because I always feel if I really deserve it, it will be given. Yeah, because this warrants a pay increase, then as my leader, you need to give it to me, not for me to knock on your door to ask. Yeah. So,
yeah.
And if you have to, please and ask, do it very cordially. Bring in your achievements, bring in what you've done that is not part of your job. Bring out what you've set out to give to the organization. Yeah, so still, please do. If you don't have to, don't ask.
Okay, cool. Thank you. We are 7 minutes past. Those are very good questions. Daniel, thank you so much. I'm also, I think 2 years ago, I found myself in the same situation that you are in, that you faced. And one of the years was really difficult for me because I was promoted to lead my peers who knew me very well. And it was a very hard thing to do. But one of the things that I found to simplify it and to always make it as simple as possible is to always go back to the objectives. Always have everything as objective as possible. When you're coming from a place of objectivity, it's it becomes very clear to the rest of the people. But also, I've learned a lot from Aisha. I hold a lot of meetings with her to just do coaching and teach me various ways of how I can effectively lead my people more empathetically, more firmly. And I've seen changes this year. So definitely we are going to share this presentation with each and every person who joined this webinar. We are also going to share this recording. And we want to thank you, Aisha, so much for taking time off your vacation to, talk to us. I know you are not working, you are taking a rest, but you took time to speak to us and to share with us. And anyone who is going through the same thing, who has transitioned into a leadership role. We will also share Aisha's contact details, if that's okay with you, Aisha, your email address and your phone number on the same email so that anyone can be able to get in touch with you. I want to thank everyone for the time you have taken to come and listen to us, and we hope that we have added some form of wisdom to you to enable you be a better person or do your job more effectively. Allow me to end this call here, and have a good day, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Zania.